Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today is the first day of a 30-day handstand challenge. So in this video, you're going to see me doing a lot of handstands and some wrist preparation work. As you guys probably know, if you've been watching any of my videos, I had wrist surgery twice. So I have some lovely wrist scars. I don't know if you can see that one right there. One surgery on this wrist, two surgeries on this wrist because they had a pin in it. So I have a lot of flexibility issues with the wrists, especially in the extension position. And then I also have a lot of strength issues. So it's hard for me to press on my fingertips to balance the handstand. So in this video, you're going to see some of the conditioning that I do for my wrists, as well as a lot of handstand practice. Obviously, my form is terrible, which I know. You guys don't have to tell me in the comments, although you can if you want. But part of that is I'm putting all my emphasis on building up my hand and wrist strength. And I'm not that focused on, if I have a banana shape or if my legs are spread or, anything else in regards to the handstand position, because I'm really just trying to build up a lot of volume on the wrists. So without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, I don't know about you, but I have wrists that are made of glass. So I've got to do a lot of different stretches and, strengthening techniques to build up, flexibility, strength of the tendons. I had wrist surgery. So on the left wrist, I had it twice. Once was for to put a pin in my scaphoid bone, and the second surgery actually removed the pin. So because of that surgery, my left wrist is really, really tight and really, really weak. My right wrist didn't have a pin. It just had a bone graft from my hip. So the right one is still weak and not that flexible. Not as bad as the left though. So anyways, this takes me a lot of effort to build up strength and flexibility, but I always just thought there was nothing I could do about it, so I neglected it for a really long time, and I focused on pulling movements like pull-ups and, rowing exercises and things, even like push-ups. I used to do on handles a lot because doing it on my palms was just really, really painful. But now I've reached a point where I can't take it anymore, and I feel like if I don't do something now, it's never, ever going to get better. So now's the time to start, and hopefully it's going to help me with my handstands, which is what we're going to get into right here. So I think, as I said in the intro, I'm going to start doing daily handstands and, neglect a little bit of my other calisthenics moves, such as the planche work and the front lever. And I'm really going to focus on handstands for 30 days and see if I can't reach my goal. It doesn't look like it hurts me. I mean, I'm in the handstand position. I'm holding it. I can get away from the wall for a second or two. But I mean, it just feels like my wrist has a knife stuck in it. Like it's so painful. And anytime I try to adjust by putting pressure on my fingers or kind of like the knuckle of my palm there, whatever you call it, like where the fingers attached to the palm, like those areas when I press down on them to stabilize, is so painful for me. Time to stop neglecting my weaknesses and start really, really focusing on them. So that's sort of what I wanted to, let you guys know in this video. I did a lot of handstands here. I didn't film them all. Some of them are just, literally 1 second long. So I just would get up into the position and then I would fall back down. So I didn't film all of them, or actually I filmed them all. I didn't include them all in the video. So, I mean, there's plenty to see here. Not a lot of improvement with each one, but I think there was a few where I got close to, I don't know, I would say even over 5 seconds of freestanding. But anyways, still a lot of work to do. Have a look and see what you guys think of my progress. I'll see you at the end of this video. Here's a bit of a different angle just to see how things are going. I don't know which session this is, maybe my third session of the day. You can see, obviously I have very bad form. I have a bit of a banana, or a lot of a banana action going on. I realize this, but for me, if I try to put my body like super straight, I don't know, I feel like I don't get the right involvement of my hands and wrists. So going into this banana shape actually puts a little bit more pressure on my fingers and the hands in a way that's, I feel like, building the strength that I need to balance properly. So I know it's bad form, it's something I have to work on. But I think for me right now, the thing I have to work on the most is the hand and the wrist part of the movement. So all the other parts of the movement, you can see, like I tried with legs spread a little bit, toes pointed, toes not pointed, but all of these slight adjustments are just to see how it feels down below on the hands and the wrists. So I feel like this, the hands and the wrists, like I said, I've neglected them for far too long. It's been decades that I've neglected my wrists. So it's going to take me a very long time to see any kind of improvement on them. But I'm confident that improvement will come with time and effort. So that's what you can see in my video here. So anyways, hopefully you guys have taken something away from my video, inspired you in some way, shape, or form, and shown that, you know, even at my age, 50, progress can be made, and, you know, never give up. You know, goals can be attained at any age and from any starting point. You know, I've shown you guys before, like, you can see, like, I have my wrist surgery scars there, and, you know, I'm working from a point, like, you know, I'm like in a negative, like I'm not even starting from zero, I'm starting from like a minus 50 or something like that. So even just to get to like a normal wrist conditioning, it's going to take me a really long time. So we're going to do a little bit more of that later today. But anyways, hope things are going well with your training. Take it easy. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.